This video is going to be a film study look at Zach Charbonnet's game-winning touchdown run against the Jets on a 3rd and 1 in the fourth quarter. It's obviously a day late for my One Play Wednesday content. It's an incredibly busy week for me, so forgive me for that. But I want to cover this because I think it's a unique scheme. The Seahawks offense putting two running backs on the field in the case of Kenneth Walker III and Zach Charbonnet. Utilizing Charbonnet as a dive back with a jet motion there from Walker. They didn't run the jet sweep, meaning they didn't hand the ball off to Walker, just a dummy motion, if you ask me, but certainly that's available as a threat. And Seattle was only using this in short yardage situations. Their offense really struggled and has for large portions of 2024. If they could get any level of consistency out of the run game with those two running backs, it's to be honest with you, a little bit confusing at times with the talent level that Walker and Charbonnet offer, that they can't figure out ways to get a more consistent run game going or churning to threaten the defense with. In any case, this one is the game-winning touchdown against the Jets that puts Seattle's record at 7-5. Get the film started. I will show a couple of other plays from earlier in the game, but we're really going to focus on this one. Show it one time through and then come back to it at the end. It's a 3rd and 1. Jets are up 21-19. Seattle's battled back. I really thought Seattle was taking control well before this drive. This drive was certainly aided by penalties by the Jets defense, but it's a dive concept. I originally thought when I charted this, when I watched this live, I originally thought that Geno Smith reverse pivoted, so basically turned his back counterclockwise, but he did not. He opened to it, and it allows Charbonnet to basically step to the quarterback, almost a little bit like belly, except belly, you'd be on the midline and stepping away from the quarterback. In this case, he's stepping to him. Physical runner, breaks tackles. Cool way to grab a 26-21 lead, if you ask me. They had actually shown it earlier in the game. They're down 14-0 here. This is second quarter. And you do have Walker and Charbonnet on the field, just like the play that I just showed you a moment ago that we'll come back to. Walker is the wing to a Trey side. So what I mean by that is there's two tight ends, and then Walker up here in the inside of that circle. And the two tight ends are tightly aligned, and I'll get to the end zone angle, and I'll show you what I mean. They're really forcing the edge defender to make a decision. And tough run by Charbonnet. I think this little set, this personnel grouping, perfectly utilizes in short yardage situations those two, Charbonnet and Walker. They play off of each other like so much of football, the NFL especially now. There's two running backs, in some cases three, that, quote, share the load. I like plays like this one where both of them are being utilized. Seattle's offensive line is well documented, the issues that they've had in pass pro and in run blocking, so really no reason for me to go into that too much here, but they're trying to get certain things done up front. I think they've created a lot of conflict for the outside linebacker edge defender. In this case, I believe it's Reddick. And the two tight ends being so tightly aligned. Pay attention to his alignment, Reddick, number 7, and then how different it is the next time Seattle shows this offensive alignment, this formation, if you will, on the game-winning touchdown run by Charbonnet. So this is, again, harkening back to the second quarter. It's a 3rd and 1, downhill run by Charbonnet. He's just got both of those guys break tackles really well, in my opinion. If they could find any kind of way to create space for them consistently, the offense could be more complementary than it has been recently for the defense. I think essentially this formation, these two being on the field at the same time in short yardage, really plays to their strengths. Charbonnet's downhill, tough running style, ability to break tackles, and then Walker's speed and ability to threaten the edge on the jet. I'd like to see him hand off the jet. I look for it soon, if you ask me. Usually, plays are installed in sequences, or revealed in sequences, I should say. So before we get back to the game-winning touchdown run, one more thing. I think Charbonnet's vision is underrated, to be honest with you. This is 12 personnel, and it's a duo concept. Now, if you don't know, these guys are doing this drill every single day. There's a late combo off by one of the offensive linemen. I think it's the center, but or the right guard, excuse me. So right here you've got a combo, and you will get the end zone angle in a moment. Right here you got a combo, but it really functions like a double team. And one way that we would always, because duo is sometimes difficult to discern, way that we would always say, well, we think it was duo is, are both edge defenders being blocked? In this case, they are. 11 personnel duo is one of the worst things to have to deal with defensively. This is not actually 11 personnel. It's 12 personnel, like I said earlier. Also, the spin move, pretty sick, back to the inside. And then ability to hold on to the football despite contact and get the first down. One more from the end zone angle before we get back to the game-winning touchdown. This is the drill. So, and there's multiple videos you can look up. Maybe I should link one up for you in the description. If I get time, I'll do so. But obviously, I don't have time because I'm recording my One Play Wednesday videos on Thursday afternoon. So if you enjoy the content, please let me know, first of all. Second of all, if you've got a complaint about it, I understand. At this point, I'd like for it to be an expectation, something I do every single week. But check out the combos, doubles, if you will. Here and here. Now, late, I believe the right guard peels off to go get an inside linebacker. But watch how Charbonnet reads this. As soon as he steps to this side, he sees the inside linebacker trying to hedge to that side. And so he brings this back, and he actually makes two reads here, if you ask me. First read is off of 44. Second read is off of the nickel defender over here to the left. Maybe it's a corner. Great move. You've seen it multiple times, but duo is a tremendously effective play. I hate it from a defensive coordinator standpoint because it puts your inside linebackers in so much conflict. I have a little bit more to say about it, but perhaps that's a topic for another video. And in terms of how defensively inside linebackers can be coached up to handle it and dissuade offensive coordinators from running that concept. So back to the game-winning touchdown in the third quarter. Again, it's a 3rd and 1, and it's 22 personnel. So when I say 22 personnel, it's Walker and Charbonnet, that's the two running backs, and then two tight ends. Only one receiver, in this case, DK Metcalf, up to the top side of the screen. Talked about the two tight ends being tightly aligned, and watch how Reddick changes his alignment pre-snap for this one because they've seen it before, they being the Jets. I thought that Seattle had outplayed them for long stretches, well before taking the 26-21 lead here. And I did do a reaction video on that. If you are interested at all, check it out. I'll link it up here in the top right. My reaction videos, I chart the game, and then I try to give my opinions, my thoughts, my observations. Usually comes out within an hour or 90 minutes of the game being over because I try to include some of the data that I track. So check out how Reddick's alignment has changed, and then how Seattle's two tight ends are able to get this accomplished. I think it's Brown and Barner, but I could be wrong. So because of his tightened alignment and the way that Charbonnet is typically reading this play is designed to go in here, I think, off of these two blocks. They're not basically comboed down here. So meaning these two guys comboing him and blocking him down in this direction. They're trying to allow, I think it's Brown 86, to dig him out of there almost and then let the tight end deal with this other edge defender 55. I don't pretend to know exactly who that is. There's no congestion this time. Remember the first time I showed it to you? Immediate congestion. I think 72 got beat, the right tackle. And so Charbonnet had to deal with that. There's none in this case. He's able to cut off of it, break the tackle, burst through, 26-21 lead late in the game. It was satisfying for me to see them finally take the lead because I felt, like I said a moment ago, I felt like they had been outplaying the Jets for long periods of time. The Jets' offense really stymied by Seattle's defense for most of the day, other than Devontae Adams and a couple of things that Aaron Rodgers was able to get done. A great win on the road, in my opinion, to push them to 2 games above 500 with another divisional game, in this case on the road against Arizona this week. I will be able to cover that one and do a reaction video. Again, about an hour and 30 minutes after the completion of the game. I understand it's a 4 o'clock game, so it'll be later that evening. I appreciate you guys' time. If you like the One Play Wednesday concept videos, please let me know. I usually take and encourage suggestions from people. It's a little late for that. My Thursday is incredibly busy. I'll be watching the Lions game tonight and doing a reaction video off of that one. If you enjoy this sequence or this series, I have a whole playlist, queued up on YouTube that I'll put at the end of the video here that you could basically click on it and see all of my One Play Wednesday videos. Are usually designed to be 5 to 8 minutes long. Here lately, like most of my content, they've become longer in duration because there's just so much fun. It's so much fun for me to try to break the game down, number one. And number two, I feel like I'm noticing more patterns with Seattle's offense. Appreciate you guys' time. If you think other Seahawks fans would enjoy this content, this look at Zach Charbonnet's game-winning touchdown and the scheme, the way that Seattle's offense was trying to get it accomplished, then please consider grabbing a link to this video, sharing it out on social media to help this content get more reach.